Okay, now you can see how can we have to store the data. So this is the data. Here we have to go to the store the database. So this is the database. Here this is the data. So from where we get the data, that place we are calling as a source system. Source means wherever we have to receive, wherever we have to get the data, who sent the data, that is a source environment, right? So we have to receive the data from the source only. So if the data is very less size, like if it is a 50 MB or 100 MB or 1 GB, these are all the considered as a very less MB only. So
Mm.
if it is a data is very less MB, we can directly load the data into our database. You can consider you are living in your location. So this is actually your home. So if you want to go with any buying any normal shops, like if you want to buy the any biscuit packet, means in your nearby shops you can go, you can directly get it the whatever we want to planning to buy the product, you can directly walkable distance is fine, right? So if it is a nearby shop, means walkable distance is fine. If you are planning to buy the any very long duration, so this is a very long to compare with your house, means this is very distance is very high, so you are not able to walkable. So what you will do, so you have to use any transport, right? So you need to take it any bike or any public transport like buses, or you can go with from there, and only you can go to in this location, right? So the same thing. So if the data is very less, means we can directly load it into in our database. If the data is very huge, like in real time we will never receive the data is like this kind of the less MB. It in
Mm.
real time you will receive the 10 GB of data, 5 TB of data, like this only you will receive the very huge size of the data only you will receive. So we can't directly load the huge data into our database. So how can we have to load? So now only we have to do the one of the process. That process is called the ETL. So this is what the ETL is coming into the picture. So what this ETL is doing, so they are getting the data. If the data is very huge, means they are actually getting the data and load it into our database. This is what the ETL process is doing. So ETL is actually, ETL means E as an extract, T for transform,
Okay.
L as load. L means load. So this is what actually the ETL process. ETL process means extracting the data, transform the data, load the data. So what is the extract? Extract means it is get the data from the source. So this is a source, right? It just
Mm.
get the data. Extract means it will be getting the data.
Take.
Like you can consider, yeah, taking the data. You can consider as a import. Import means we have to importing from one place to another place, right? That is
Mm.
the called extracting. Extracting means getting the data or taking the data. Extracting means getting the data from source. From source we have to getting the data. Now next step is a transform. What is a transform? So transform means like changing the data. So we have to do some transformation in the data. So why we have to do the transformation in the data? So now we can consider as a real time example. You can see if we are go to the any meat shop or any vegetable shop, you are buying some chicken or any vegetables you are buying in the shop. Okay, so now you are going to do the cooking. So you will never cook the vegetables in directly, right? So what you need to do, you have to clean the chicken, right? Without
Mm.
cleaning the chicken we are not going to the cook, right? So with cleaning the chicken and do some preparation, do some masala, some lots of things we have to do, add the chicken, right? Then
Mm.
only we have to start cooking. So we can't directly take the chicken and we are not directly go to the putting into the our cooking. So we have to take it from the shop and we have to start doing some cleaning work. Then only we have to do the some we have to start cooking. So this is actually exactly we are doing the transformation, which means the data will comes to the very incorrectly. Like if you can see, sometimes the data will comes like a like this. So if the data is coming like this, so what is happening here, the data it looks like looks fine only. The name is Akila is fine
Mm.
only, but what is the thing, so it is looks not good. So what we have to do, we have to do the some changes. The first letter should be start with like this. So like this we have to do the changes. So the sometimes the data it's come like this, or else you can see if we have the numbers, means like if it is a numbers, means like this is a number, means what we have to do, if it is a Indian number, means what is a business recorded to us. So the number should be start with +91. So the actual data looks like this, we have to do add the some inputs before that number. Okay, so we have to add the plus 9 on before the number. So like this have we have to do something. So actual data like this, we have to change the data like this. So this is what the transformation means, nothing which is the transforming the data. So like this the data it's going to like this. So this is what we can do the transformation. And sometimes what will happen, so the same data it's coming to repeatedly, so the same number it's coming to again and again, means we have to do the remove the duplicate as well. So we can get the one time it's fine, so we don't want to again and again. So you can see customers they are if we are going to the supermarket, means you have to buying the product in supermarket, what will happen, so we have to they are kept our phone number and our name as well into the supermarket. What they are doing, whenever how many times we have to go the supermarket, every time they are noted about our information. So if we are again and again buying, means again and again your information is repeated, so it comes under the duplicate only. They don't want to keep the duplicate data. So what will happen, so if we are keeping the duplicate data as well, so taking the more memory space, right? If we are taking the same picture again and again, means so in our memory card very quickly it will be completed, right? So we don't want to take the again and again the same picture, so one picture is enough in our camera. So like this we have to do the remove the duplication. These are all the coming under the transformation. So this is what we have to do in this place. Actually they are taking the data from one place and putting into any one common place. From that place we have to do the transformation. So after the transformation is done, then we have to load the data in our database. This is what actually the database is ETL is doing. So ETL is one of the process. This is the process: getting the data, transform the data, then we can load it into our database. In our market, there are many ETL tools are actually they are released. We have Informatica, Talent, Oracle. Oracle also provide the one of the ETL tool. Oracle Data Integration ODI. They are calling like that is a ODI. ODI, data stage. There are many tools we have. Data stage, SSIS, Ab initio, Pentaho, big data, like data factory. There are many ETL tools we have in that market. So we can get it the any ETL tool. If you want to learn the ETL tool, it is a separate section. So if you want to go to the learn the Informatica, it is a very big thing. So we want to learn from the beginning. Is Informatica is a very big. So talent is a very big. So it is a separate things. Like if you want to learn the ETL process, we have to do. But in Snowflake, we don't want to go with the ETL tool. Like customer will ask to you, already I buy the Snowflake. It's one of the, we have to buy the database as well. We have to provide the cost and we have to get the data, right? So customer will tell, already I give the amount to buy the Snowflake application. Again, you are asking to amount for the doing the ETL process. Then do I need to give the again and again amount? So they will be get unsatisfied with that, right? So what Snowflake will do, they will doing for the inbuilt in their ETL things. We can do it in Snowflake inbuilt. Like we can itself Snowflake we can do in the ETL process. So in export we can do, transformation we can do, and the load is also we can do. We don't want to go with the any ETL tool if you know the Snowflake. Anyway, anyway the real time they will using the ETL tool as well in our market, because we can do it in very quickly with using the ETL, because they are using for the purposely for the these things only, right? So if Snowflake means it is the purpose is lots of things. It's going like that. So you can consider if the purpose, like in Google actually they are providing the lots of tools. Google search engine, Google Photos, PDF. There are lots of product they are released. Also they will releasing as a GPay as well, right? That is also Google Pay. So comparing with the GPay, phone pay is much faster. In once upon a time, GPay is slow and phone pay is much faster. Why? Because Google is released for the lots of products. So actually they are concentrated for every places. But phone pay is purposely they are doing for the amount transaction only. So they are concentrate only for the phone transaction amount thing only. Okay, so that's what actually the ETL is purposely they are doing for the transformation thing. So that's what it is comparing with the other loading. It is more faster to comparing with the other loading. Okay, so now we are coming into the now we are completed the ETL. So why we are coming to the ETL? If the data is very big, means then we can go with the ETL only.